All right, so for this station, we're gonna be cross-cutting the board. These are 3.5 inches wide. We're gonna make them square. So we're gonna cross-cut to another 3.5 inches. And when I say cross-cut, you can see the grain lines. Those are the fibers of the wood. Cross-cutting is just cutting perpendicular to that or against that grain. So we're gonna be doing that with the compound sliding miter saw, or chop saw. Now for this, we don't need the sliding feature. Like this slides all the way back here to cut really wide boards, but this is all we're cutting. So to keep it easier, a little more simple, I disengage the slide on this. So for you folks, like all you really need to know is, besides like where to put your hands, right? To actually operate this machine, which is, speaking of operating, I need to bring the power on because it's off. Your left hand is going to go out of the way, preferably holding the wood once it's in here. Your right hand, there's a little trigger here. This is a safety. You're going to disengage the safety, and then you're going to pull that trigger. And when you do, it might make you nervous at first, which is totally normal, and it's fine. This is my advice for you folks, is when people are new at using power tools, they get nervous about the speed at which this thing spins. Don't make the mistake of just pressing the trigger like halfway. Go full speed. What you're controlling is the travel of the blade. So that you can go at a nice steady pace, but the blade should be going full power always when you're using it, okay? So I have a nifty fixture here. I'm just gonna kind of make sure that there's no wood chips in the way. And I wanna make sure that this piece of wood is up against two surfaces. Up against the fence, which is this aluminum kind of backing here, and then up against the stop block. So you're gonna go all the way over and all the way back. Clamp it down, and even though it's clamped in place, you're still gonna use your left hand to hold the wood. When you go, you're gonna go through the piece, but go all the way down. Keep the blade spinning as you come up. So you're not gonna release the blade, like the trigger for the blade, until this is back up top. Now, all of that talking, you're gonna see, it's just go down, come back up, okay? And you're gonna wait until the blade stops spinning before you get your piece, okay? So here's our piece. Now we're gonna go and we're gonna mark the corners, the edges, and we're gonna put our name on the back. So we can cut that in. So two things. After you've cut your piece to length, you're going to be marking this piece of stock. You're going to put your name in pencil, which I have floating around the room. Put that on the bottom. I made this is an ugly piece, so that's going to be the bottom for me. And then on the two ends, the ends have that grain where it's kind of like in an arcing motion, right? These are the sides. These are the ends. This is the end grain. So on the end grain, what you're gonna do with your tri-square and your pencil is you're just gonna make an X from corner to corner. And you wanna do this early because as we start to remove material, it's gonna be harder to access those corners. This is gonna be useful later to find the center of that end.